Off the coast of the main continent lies a small peninsula of which a new kingdom has arisen. The Kingdom of Bellum, found of settlers wishing to make their own mark off of the now religiously controlled Vilksath, have spread out amongst the land trying to claim some for their own. Here we find ourselves in the small hamlet of Burketown, where four strange settlers have arrived looking to make their own mark. In a part of the world ravaged by pirates, goblins, and monsters alike, we will see how these four manage to live. Everyone like to go around and introduce themselves.
Well, I guess we would normally start with Rue, but because she's on top. But anyone want to go first, Ray?
Why don't we have the streamer go first?
The streamer? All right. My name is Library. I was tasked with protecting a young explorer by the name of Wilfred Totti. I did my task well for a good several years, and he taught me many things along the way. However, one day we were ambushed and I failed in my charge. Distraught, I decided to pick up his task. And though being a warforged may not necessarily suit the life of an explorer, I hope that I'll be able to honor his memory. That's it.
And the young inheritor?
I am Brand Earnhardt. Though I bear the Earnhardt name, I am merely the nephew of the one you would all know. Recently, with my uncle's passing, I have inherited a small ship and a paltry sum of gold. Though I prefer to spend my time traveling the shores rather than the coast.
Alright.
Oh.
Well, Rue is gone.
Sorry,
Rue?
go ahead and continue.
I am Alraxia. I have
Well, that's inconvenient timing.
find the picture. Lovely. Okay. I have sworn myself to an aboleth of the sea. I spent my time with pirates over the years, but they have since betrayed my patron. And I have since, well, I guess the light term would be defected. Though, really, betrayal and attempting to ruin them all would be a bit more accurate.
Yeah, well, yes, we will move on with that.
Alright.
Brand, you are procuring your inheritance right now, correct?
Yes.
Heading towards the shipmaster of which you were instructed to go, you notice that this seems to be more of a river-going ship than a ocean-faring one. Oddly enough, it seems to be equipped in the rear with a large ballista Unseen to many, this is usually used when hunting sea monsters, and even then it's usually followed up with nets. Along the left side, you see a row of buildings, with the final one saying Shipmaster's Warrens.
I'm going to head straight there. And I'll take off my hat as I enter.
Entering, you see a rather average-looking human with slicked-back brown hair. Greet you and say, "Can I help you, sir?"
I am Brand Earnhardt. I've come to retrieve my inheritance.
Right. Yes. The late sir's ship. I'll have it worked out to you. Do you have any proof? And normally, there's a letter that comes with it. Presuming you have that.
I provide the letter of inheritance and the crest that I carry.
Alright. Good enough for me. Just so you know, this is normally used, the old sir used it for trying to hunt down a beast, but you'd probably have better luck using it to chart rovers than anything else. Made narrow for that specifically, that type of ship, after his old one had crashed. Anyway, I'll send out for a couple of hands to pull it out of the bay. Anything else?
I thank you for the advice on the use of the ship, but that will be all that I require.
Alright then. And you see him step out from around the corner. He goes, you hear him yell, "Hey, I need someone to get the ship out." See a couple people scurrying across the lot. Takes about 30 minutes, and eventually it's pulled out. Still tied to one of the pieces. It seems to be straightforward in the way its sails are done. Seems something that even one not that experienced with ships may be able to use properly. During this, library, what are you doing? Right, well, this... Sitting in what this small town could possibly consider a tavern. You notice that there is a woman on the edge with what looks to be a captain's robe. However, it's hard to tell, and what you know of most people with ships typically do not let a tiefling captain, if work on at all.
Tieflings. I check through my my journal about any information I might have about tieflings, since I'm not too familiar with them myself.
As if touched by demons while still in the womb, tieflings are random occurrences within a childbirth. They seem to spout out of nowhere with no relation. However, from what you know specifically from your master's research, it seems to you that Tieflings are typically made because someone in their ancestry had made a pact with a demon. And this after effect trickles down throughout the lineages.
Well, does this tiefling look significant? Like they might captain or own a ship or otherwise serve on one?
Well, aside from the aforementioned robes, there doesn't seem to be much about it at a glance.
Well, I guess for right now, I'll since she's wearing the robes of that might signify a sailor, I'll walk up to her and start a conversation. Hello. What brings you here? I say awkwardly.
To one of an attack. She says very, very simply. Eyes darting around.
To what?
An attack, an attack. Pirates. I'm looking for someone.
Oh, pirates. Who are you looking for? I might know them, or I may have seen them in my travels.
Someone who may owe me something. Sea elf. I should probably tell more people about the attack now, shouldn't I? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Yes, pirates don't seem to be, great.
Can you help me get the word out? People don't like listening to a tiefling, you know? It's the horns, really. Maybe the red skin. Which one?
I'll do my
Which
best.
one would it be?
I am looking for a ship to serve on.
A ship, a ship, a ship. Yes, I quite need one as well. Don't really have my own anymore.
Oh. I'm sorry to hear that.
I mean, what can you do? I left my group.
Do you know any potential captains that may be looking for a warforged such as myself?
None of the captains I know you would like to work under. Trust me, trust me, trust me. Nasty bunch, really.
Well, it doesn't much matter to me who I work under, so long as I can see the world.
Unless you want to be killing innocents, I doubt. I truly doubt that's what you want.
It doesn't much matter to me.
Okay. Well, after we deal with potential pirate.
After we deal with potential pirates.
Give me a sec.
Real quick.
Oh. Wow. Okay.
I found a better picture for my character.
Well, after we deal with potential pirates, I can show you a captain or two. Though they might be dead.
I would appreciate that. How can we
They might not like me quite anymore, so I'll just push you. Push in their direction. And don't mention my name.
Will do. How do we go about dealing with your pirate issue?
We should go about telling people, right? But I've tried to tell a couple people and they just shrug me off. They think a tiefling is no good.
Just telling people?
They might be right. I mean, getting a few people to help with it, those that will listen, could be helpful.
What should we tell them then?
I mean, the truth. The pirates coming to invade. Attack. I mean, yeah?
They're coming to attack this city.
Yes.
Oh. I can see why they might have difficulty believing you then. Tieflings are known for deception, I believe. I kind of checked my journal just to verify that fact, you see me pull out a small leather-bound novel.
It's all racist. Huh, I swear. I mean, yes, I'm known to lie a little, maybe a lot, but not lying this time. Dear, I wouldn't lie about something so serious. Maybe I would, but...
You see me scribble down a few extra notes on that page. And then closing the journal, somewhat satisfied, I look back up at you. Then sounds like a task that we should go about doing then.
Yes, really should.
So I kind of look around in the tavern to see if I could find anyone that looks at least somewhat important, that might be good to tell about this whole situation.
Well, I mean, there's a couple of people drinking the day away. Barkeep and you do see a small board that seems to have a littering of papers tied up. That you probably would have seen someone walk up and add or remove something while you've been sitting there.
Well, let me go. I guess I might as well go check out the board and look at what there is. Is there anything particularly of interest?
Couple of bounty notices. Aside from that, there doesn't really seem to be anything important. Couple of labor requests. But there's still a good amount of empty space.
Well, after looking at that, I suppose I turn to the bartender, who, logically, I assume might know the best ways to get out the word about something. And I approach him, and I kind of ask, excuse me, what might be the best way to get the word out about something?
Well, in this hamlet of ours, you could put something up at the board. Everyone checks it at least a week, or really wouldn't take much time to go door to door.
I look at the tiefling.
What exactly is it that you're trying to get out?
I look at the tiefling, kind of searching her for answers. How soon do you think this attack will be? Tiefling? Miss Tiefling?
A week. Should take him about a week
Then it
to
sounds...
get everyone. A couple people are close, but shouldn't be too soon. It shouldn't be within a day or two. A week.
Okay. How many attackers are we speaking of here? Will the town guard be able to handle them just fine?
+30.
Around 30.
About, I think. Oh gosh. That ship, that group, that captain. She starts counting on her hands.
A rough
Maybe
estimate
40?
will do.
30, 40, maybe even 50. Dear, no. 50 might be.
He begins
30 or more. No, the town guard would not be able to handle them.
Then it sounds like the bounty board may be our best bet. You see him kind of grasp his chin. Think about what how the best way to word a notice that a pirate attack is coming soon would be. And he turns to the bartender and asks, "Can anyone add things to the board, or do you need approval?"
And don't see why not. What is it that you're adding, though?
There is news of a pirate attack coming soon, a raid on the town.
It's fine with me. Go ahead and put it up there. You should probably make sure a couple of people know, though.
Well, is letting you know enough, or should I let more people know?
Yeah, I can start around. That'll be fine.
Thank you, I appreciate it. And you see, I turn to the back of my book and kind of rip out a small page. It scroll on it about the details about the pirate attack and that it's coming soon. Within the next week, and then I go ahead and I just kind of
Make sure to add that we're looking for good fighters. Good fighters.
I scrawl a note on that at the very bottom, and then I kind of pin it to the board, and smile in satisfaction and say, "Well, that's one problem taken care of." Now, how about those captains? I feel like this is a good time for Zeig to come in and talk.
Yeah, I was about to say, this is about when I would enter the bar.
Yeah. You could conveniently come in and say, "Hey, I'm looking for crew."
Having been at this town for a while, once your ship is tied down but moved out of bay, do you head back to the tavern then?
Yes. Once
Okay.
I've secured rights to the ship and everything, I'll head to the tavern.
It's about a 5-10 minute walk back at a brisk pace. Do you manage to make it? Stepping inside, you do see Innkeep, a Warforged, and a Tiefling all talking to one another.
I'll take a seat at the bar near them, but not right next to them, and listen to see what they're talking about.
Do I notice him come in, or?
I would presume so.
Okay.
Mm.
So I kind of acknowledge him in the corner of my eye, but don't quite say anything. What are you wearing? Like, are you wearing something that would indicate kind of the son of a former ship owner, or?
I'm wearing some rather good quality, mainly white and gray traveling clothes with a large fancy hat with a feather in it.
So you look like a traveler, like an
Yes.
explorer. Yeah. Oh, kind of. You see my eyes kind of perk up. Oh, because almost as if you remind me of my deceased master, who I had previously been responsible for taking care of. And after I'd finished putting the notice up on the board, I turn to you and I say, "Ho, sir, what brings you here?"
Not much. I'm just on my travels, I'll say.
Oh, on your travels. Are you looking for anyone to travel with you? I do much wish to continue the journey of my former master and travel the world.
Well, do you have any experience in sailing?
I've been on a few ships before, but the majority of my experience is in bodyguarding and keeping well-to-do individuals alive.
As Ataraxia hears the word sailing, because she could hear them, right? From where she is?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like we're keeping our voice down, yeah.
Yeah. As Ataraxia hears the word sailing, she perks up and walks over, leaning over, sailing? Did I hear sailing?
Are you?
Yes, I've acquired through inheritance a small coastal ship. And I'm looking for some members of experience to man it.
I have years and years and years of experience. sailing. Oh, I need to be back. After the pirate attack.
Hearing about her experience, I kind of like look her up and down. What am I seeing?
Checking her out.
You see a like mid-sized tiefling, bright red skin and rather large curly horns that are adorned with not jewels, but like it looks like almost golden jewels from though they're not expensive or anything, cheap knockoffs. But and then a captain's robe.
A captain's robe. Interesting.
Yep.
And I kind of, you I don't know if you noticed or not, but you see my Warforged kind of, my Warforged hands looking through the journal to see what I have about sailing. I've clearly been on a ship at least a few times. I'm not too uncomfortable in that, but you just see me refreshing my knowledge with all the journeys I have taken before. And I say, yes, I know a few things about sailing. My master taught me how to always be able to find where north is, so it may come in handy on the open seas.
I kind of move from like a slouched over position with my elbows on the bar to standing more upright, or sitting more upright. And I say, well then, I'm pleased to make both your acquaintances. Perhaps by the time the night is over, we will be on my ship.
No. I cannot leave.
I kind of look at her questioningly, and I'm like,
I cock my head to the side a bit and raise an eyebrow.
Pirate attack in a week. Remember? Ugh. I never trust that memory of.
he kind of raises his eyebrows and says, yes, I remember, but we put the word out. Does it really matter?
Well, really want.
I kind of crack a half smile and mutter a bit about, while I've just acquired the ship, I'm not too keen on losing it, though tales of heroism on the high seas are awfully enticing.
Kind of stroke my chin in thought.
I will say that the town is going to deal with the pirate attack in a week, since I don't know if you looked at the banner board over there yet, and I've taken it upon myself to thwart their plan. Really, best payback.
Oh.
There they-
You see understanding kind of glimpse over my eyes as I say, oh, it's revenge. That makes sense. The metal.
She's just like muttering under her breath a bunch of stuff. No one just go against my.
And at this point, you kind of, I kind of look up from her back at my potential future captain and say, well, I would be pleased to serve on your crew. I don't require much, just ask for the ability to continue traveling and look for new horizons to add to my journal and explore the world.
Which is
Quick question. About what time is it?
Say it's about 3 in the evening.
Oh.
Okay.
So we still have a few hours until sunset. Or is it 3 in the evening after sunset? Wait.
3 in the evening.
3 in the evening. I'm thinking about this. 3 in the evening.
There's 3 in the evening, and then
3 in the morning.
Yeah, and then 3 in
Which
the
is
afternoon.
still...
Which 3 is it?
Is it 3 in the
Evening.
evening or 3 in the afternoon?
Are we talking about 3 p.m.? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
3 in the evening.
Okay. Okay.
3 in the
going
evening
to-
and 3 in the morning. It's not that hard, Spades.
Listen, there's a difference between 3 in the evening and 3 in the afternoon.
Look, didn't you
I,
know that the sun sets at noon in this world?
I'm gonna
Oh my god.
signal to the barkeep for a drink real quick.
And what do you have? We got
Let's see.
fire mead and honey mead.
I know I don't. I know I don't need
There's only
food,
two
but
options.
can I drink just for the fun of it?
Well, unless you want to go scour the land for more, then yes, it is. And it's the only options that you have.
A mug of honey mead, then.
Right? And steps out back. See him go down a couple of stairs and brings up a whole barrel of it. Puts a spout in it. Starts pouring you a mug.
I kind of laugh a little bit, and I turn to my new friend, and I say, "By the way, my name is Library. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance."
I give a quick head nod and speak in turn. And I am Brand Earnhardt.
Earnhardt. I recognize the name. Probably something I'd come across in my travels. Are you by chance, and I kind of leave the word hanging in the air, asking the unasked question about Earnhardt?
I raise a hand, signaling kind of a stop, and inform them I'm not of that family, though I am close relation.
I see. Well, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Mr. Brand.
Please, just Brand. Mister's too formal.
Alright, just Brand.
Would Ataraxia recognize the name?
You've probably seen it on some crates that you've probably taken off of another ship. Nothing in particular that you know what they do, though they seem to be a wealthier family.
Does that mean you're rich?
In a kind.
Does that mean you're rich?
Travel. Rich. Just better.
And I kind of signal
Wait, can
to
you guys hear me? I don't know if my mic's cutting out.
Yeah, we can hear
You're
you.
good.
Okay,
I
good.
kind of signal to the barkeep and ask for some honey mead myself. You know, I don't need to drink, but it's more for the.
Is he done pouring my mug yet?
Yes, he would have handed it off to you by now.
It's more for the. He's more drinking for the companionship because his master told him something like, see, it's always best to drink in polite company. It's weird if you don't, you know, something along those lines. And so, even though I don't need to drink, I kind of got into the habit. He kind of signals and asks for some honey mead himself.
Oh wait,
The
so you guys are
barkeep setting the mug down in front of me, I grab it and just, like, casually down the whole mug in one go.
I raise my eyebrows a little bit.
If you guys plan on staying in town for now, I take it you guys are going to need a room?
I have a room of my own, good sir.
And you two?
I don't much have need for a bed. He kind of says, not quite sure what he would do with a room in the first place.
Didn't think of that. Oh no, no. Do I want to lay on the street? How much is a room?
For one night, 2 gold.
2 gold. Oof. Sleeping on the streets isn't too bad. Sleeping with a dog is not too bad either.
You're an indecisive one, aren't you? Amused.
Oh, yes. Never know which is better. I
Well.
mean, a room's nice, but money is nicer. Nicer, is that a word?
I never understood the human fascination with money.
I turn to the barkeep. If you would, a room for my crimson-clad companion, please.
Yeah. I take it you'll be paying then? And
Yeah.
he outstretches his hand towards you. Alright.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Oh dear, I haven't introduced myself. I'm Ataraxia. Hey.
A generous patron.
I pay for my drink in the room and then turn to the library in Ataraxia. And I take my hat, put it against my chest, and do a slight bow. It has been most pleasureful to meet you two. I look
pleasure,
forward
pleasure.
to seeing you again in time. And then I leave, heading towards my ship.
Library kind of breaks into a half jog, kind of trying to follow after him, and because he's not really interested much more than exploring. The pirate attack is of no consequence to him, so that seems his best way to move forward. And he catches up to him, and what are you up to now? I ask.
I've many matters to attend to on my ship.
I would be happy to assist you with them, as I understand it can be difficult setting up a new ship. Or is it a new ship, or?
New to me, though it has been used for some light duty.
I see. Well, I would be happy to assist you if you would have me.
I'm afraid I've not much to pay you with at the moment.
No worries. The ability to see the world and explore is more than enough for me. I don't much need sustenance and gold like other normal creatures. The life of a warforged is relatively self-sustaining.
I give like a light chuckle. And then... Well, a strong arm and a kind heart are always welcome in my company.
Consider it an investment in our future relationship. I smile.
And I sign for you to follow with me.
Excellent. I just kind of go with him to his ship.
Okay. So, heading back through the docks, you arrive at your ship. Say that through all of that, it's about 4 now. The sails of the ship have been tied down, the wheel locked in place, and the ballista still empty.
So I guess the first order of business would be to check if we have any ammunition for the ballista.
I'm just going to be inspecting above and below deck, making sure everything's in functioning order, that nothing stands out as a warning sign.
I'll go with him, doing my own checks. And kind of checking my journal to here and there, just making sure if I see anything that like I'm not entirely sure about, whether or not it should be there or should not be there, and just making sure the ship is in perfect working order.
Yep. It seems to be working just fine. There's a couple of things that might need to be messed with. Doesn't look like it'll cost you anything to repair it, though. Most of the stuff that's gone is, maybe this rope might need to be replaced soon. Nothing immediate.
All right. I'll head to the captain's quarters at the back of the ship and see what's all in there.
In the captain quarters, you find a rather large bed, several things of shelving, seem to contain things, wood, etc. Things used for common repairs. Till eventually, you get to a small chest opposite of the door, where it seems to be the vast majority of the ballista ammo. There's a couple other pieces you notice laying around, but majority of the bolts seem to be in there. And to the left, you see a grand piano bolted down into the floor.
I smile. This is probably the best place to leave the ballista ammo for right now. It seems secure, and I doubt we'll much be needing it in the bay here. We could move it closer to the ballista once we set out.
I nod in agreement and approach the piano and press a few of the keys to see if it's in tune and working.
Yep. Pressing down on the keys of the piano, it makes soft melodies. Everything seems to be in order, though. You do notice that one key on the right seems to stick down when you press it.
I kind of think for a second about why that might be, and I kind of this is just a hunch, I say, but you might want to try opening the piano. Maybe something is stuck. Maybe something is causing it to stick more than usual in the key, inside the piano itself.
I'll go with that. I'll lift up the top of the piano to look in it.
Lifting up the top of the piano, you notice things seems to be in order aside from right on that key. You notice something seems to be protruding out of it.
I'm gonna ask the library to hold the top open while I reach to grab that.
I nod, coming over and kind of placing one hand to hold it open.
Opening it up, it seems to be a small paper scroll. Unraveling it, it opens into a rather blank map with a couple of key locations, primarily this town that you're in now, along with a couple other towns that you think you may have heard of along your travels, but nothing concrete, nothing even as big as the one you're in now, which is rather small.
I kind of look over his shoulder. Would I have been near these towns in my travels, do you think? Or
Probably not.
Okay.
Because you probably would have been sticking to the other side of the continent.
Yeah.
Making your way to this side.
Would I know any of the landmarks?
They seem to be a couple of small islands charting off from this town, which is on the very edge of the coast alongside a river, up until one final island that has a small X over it with a warning, do not approach.
Is there a table or a desk in the room?
Yeah, there's a nightstand by the bed.
Does it have a shelf in it?
I
Yeah.
softly set down the
I'm
top of
gonna
it.
take the scroll, roll it back up, and put it in there for now.
Okay.
Looks like our first potential travel. I kind of laugh. Something to explore.
Perhaps, but for now, we should wait around.
I
See
know.
what happens at the end of the week.
I wouldn't mind watching over the ship. I don't really need a bed, as I mentioned earlier.
I would be most glad for your services.
If you check, if you kind of search, you can tell that he's not really being deceptive in any way. He's a very genuine person. He doesn't much care for thievery or anything else along those lines. It's just kind of he sees this as the best way to go about trying to explore a little more, and this seems to be his best path.
So yeah, we'll keep working around the ship, just making sure everything's good until nightfall, and I'll use the captain's quarters to rest.
And I'll kind of take position somewhere on the ship that has a full view of the walk on to the ship itself, and making sure that I can see everything, every potential entrance to the ship, and then I'll go into a sentry's rest, and I'll do my rest like that.
Okay, so next morning comes, no issue arises.
Well, we don't have much to do. At the moment, the ship is taken care of. Well, what now? We're kind of. I suppose the next I definitely wake up before he does, and I kind of wait around until he finishes waking up. Brand, that is, and whenever he does, I guess I'll go to him and I'll ask. So I guess the next order of business would be to. You're not going to be able to crew a ship like this with only 3 people. We'll need to find ourselves some crew members. Are there any easy ways that we could find potential crew members other than the obvious of just going to the tavern and asking?
Try to hire a couple of shipyard hands, but other than that, probably not.
I'm going to look for jobs in the area that could be done in a few days so that we're still available at the end of the week when the pirates are supposed to be here.
Mm-hmm. And I'll kind of ask around to see if anyone's interested in. Well, first, Brand, while you're looking around for jobs, did you want me to ask around to see if I could find more crew members?
If you could do that and remain near the ship, then by all means.
Of course. So I'd mostly be asking around the dock to see if there's any ship hands that would be interested in coming along and checking things out. The music stopped, by the way. I don't know if you noticed. The same playlist.
Well, moving through, you go around the ship, and there's a couple of ship hands that you can talk to, and a couple of them reply, well, what does the ship have in terms of housing? Which you probably would have seen the under part of the ship, which has a couple of bunks set up.
I kind of explain the situation to him, and I gesture to the ship in the dockyard and say, "This is the ship. This is the ship in question."
It's a small ship. Well, how many people did you said you have again?
Currently, we have a small crew of 3. We're looking for others to join us in our travels.
So you need no more than 5 for that ship.
5? Oh, I didn't realize it was that small of a ship.
Yeah, well, I might have, I wouldn't, but I might know someone who's willing to help you out with that.
If you could point me in their direction, I'd be grateful.
Yeah, you, go past the Warden's Corner lot, move through.
I kind of make note of all these directions so I can
And
give
then,
them to...
look for a man named Harrison.
kind of make mental note of all these directions, and so I can give them to Brand later when he arrives. And for the time being, I guess I'll just kind of wait close to the ship, because no matter how much I would like to acquire additional crew members, the original directive that Brand set out was to stay close to the ship and keep watch over it. So that's kind of what Library is doing.
Alright. So I'm moving through.
Hey everyone.
Weren't able to exactly find anyone if you're trying to stay
Foot-Pounds,
right up against the
Giraffe,
ship.
you guys, and Hermit. Love you too.
However, Brand, on your trip back to town to try to find work, how exactly are you going about finding it, actually?
There was that board up in the tavern, so I would start there and just take a look.
Okay. So, looking at the board, you'll notice that everything seems to be the same as it was the day before. However, now there's one listing in particular that stands out,
Aren't any shenanigans
asking
to do yet,
for
Hermit. It's just
someone
started.
to go hunt down a
Campaign literally just
pig
started.
that had gun and return it. Says
Okay.
that,
These pig dogs.
yes. Aside from that, however, it seems to all just be standard farmhand requests.
Ataraxia comes down at this point, and it was Library looking at the bounty board, right?
No, Library is near the ship,
Wait.
kind of watching over it.
Oh,
This would be your generous benefactor, Brand, looking at the ship, looking
yes.
at the bounty board.
Okay.
Is Rue ever gonna come back? I'm starting to wonder.
I know, Rue.
Doesn't sound like it from what she said.
Oh no. Is there anything interesting oh dear. Is there anything interesting over there?
There doesn't seem to be. Good morning, by the way.
Yes, good morning. Sorry, that's the thing people say. Oof. People are weird. So many weird customs. Do I have to get used to them again? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Library sneezes. Can Warforged sneeze, actually?
I'm presuming not.
Yeah. I doubt they'll be built with that kind of function in mind.
I turn to face Ataraxia and kind of lean against the wall a bit. So what brings a tiefling all the way out here?
Lying and trickery, no doubt.
Well, let's see. Oh, how did I even get over here? Oh, okay. Well,
Is there a way to check to look at someone else's character? By the way, I haven't been able to find a way to like look at anyone else other than my own.
No, you can't.
Weird. Just gonna.
hey, look at your DMs, Robert. Thank you.
I'm at the bank. Rue went to the bank instead of just coming back.
How dare she?
Oh, Rue.
Okay.
Well, I was with the Black Lilies, and I should be quieter. But Essence left. That's a kind way to say it. And I had to maybe sneak on a ship or two to get over here, but
In my 11 months, you're gonna do
I
the same. Yo,
am.
Drosler, thanks for the 11 months, dude.
set.
I haven't seen the sub
I'm-
notification, but I see
well,
it'll pop up in a sec. Thanks, dude. I appreciate it.
It's not
Good to see
really
you again, dude.
revenge when I'm just messing with them. But that's the pirate group planning to attack here. And they did something stupid,
Just bored because I guess the
so
copy pasta
I'm gonna
is
make
too
them
long.
pay. And I think that's pretty simple, isn't it?
I do have it turned on and
Does
stop.
that make sense? Yes. Well, I spend most of my time on the sea. I don't know how to deal with people. I'm just gonna be quite frank.
I search for shipwrecks to put down.
I give Ataraxia a slight reassuring nod. And look back to the board to see if there's anything more story-worthy that I missed.
Looking back at the board,
Yeah.
no, it all seems to be simple things helping out with farmhands. The only one that's new is hunting down that.
That pig.
Ataraxia kind of like walks over and like peers over. It like peers over like the side of his body.
Hunting down a pig, huh? That really the most interesting thing that happens around here?
Just shrug. I guess it is.
Truly, why are they trying to attack the place? So boring. Maybe that's...
Maybe that's why, because it's boring. Must have cheap, good. Must have a good gold. Good gold.
I'm gonna walk over to the bar and ask the barkeep if there's any interesting rumors floating around town.
Might as well. Not that I can say. Most folks here try to keep to themselves. Oh, actually, there was this absolutely bizarre, but the graveyard had a body appear, just left in the middle of the night. At least that's what they've been saying. I hear that down through the grapevine. It wouldn't surprise me if it's not true. Wouldn't be the first time.
Gotta warm it up. Get all the bad rolls out. Oh shit, that was.
I'll thank the bartender for the information
Yeah, no problem. And if you guys keep buying rooms, I have no issue.
I kind of muse over.
I'll leave and start looking around for the graveyard.
While I'm doing nothing, I just kind of muse over why.
Yeah, so moving
why,
around town, you notice at the very edge of town, up slightly perched on a hill, a small graveyard with a couple of tombstones laid out in
I need to restart the game. Give me a
3
sec.
small rows.
While I'm doing nothing, I just kind of muse over why he put her up in a room when he has ship's quarters that he could have just put her in.
No one trusts a tiefling pirate.
No one trusts a tiefling pirate.
I'm not
This
so
is so
crass
scuffed.
as to invite
Wow.
a woman to my ship.
Hey,
Of course not,
lady,
it's
you wanna come stay on my ship? Good excuse.
No one trusts a tiefling pirate.
I don't trust tiefling
So,
pilot.
I get to the graveyard. What do I see?
Graveyard, you see a couple of rows of graves. You know, there is one that seems fresh, but aside from that,
Like how fresh? Like it just filled in, kind of fresh?
Pro first the DM.
no, still being dug out.
Do I see a grave tender anywhere?
No, though there is a building attached to the graveyard.
I'm going to take a look around the graveyard, read some of the names on the stuff, and inspect the one that's being dug.
Well, of the
I
one that's
am
being
alive.
dug, it actually just has a
I'm
blank
library.
stone. Nothing has been chiseled into it yet. Of the ones that
Yes.
are filled back in,
I'm a warforged.
just standard names running through. You do
What kind of name
find the
is
one
that?
of your
Warforged
late
don't
uncle,
usually pick
but
normal names.
aside from that,
They just kind of choose whatever name they feel like. And he chose library because it
I'll
exemplified his
Take one of the feathers out of the band on my
his
hat
desire to eventually be
and
like a library of
place it into
information
the
and knowledge about
ground
the world.
right in front of the gravestone.
alright.
Warforged don't usually have typical names.
And
His
then
actual
I'll
his
walk
original name was
over
always
and
something
knock on
like
the door with
CDX40
the building
or
attached to the
something like
graveyard.
that. Like they're not usually
Yep.
like, super.
Walking
unique.
over, just a good 10 feet before you get to the door, a man steps out and approaches you. Can I help you, sir?
I've heard rumors around town of a body mysteriously appearing in the yard.
That's odd. Well, that's news to me. When did you hear this?
I was speaking with one of the bartenders in town this morning, and he said that people have been talking about it.
No, I'm afraid not. I mean, that did happen, but that was quite a while ago, like a couple of weeks, I want to say.
Did you know whose body it was?
No one never came to identify it. Really was a shame, though. Still looked pretty young.
What condition was the body in?
Intact. It didn't seem like there was a single cut on it.
Curious.
We just managed to get the tombstone made. We never got a name for it though, so just left it be to the one who lays here. Hope that'll let him rest.
I'll take my hat off and do the bow that I did before and thank him for his time.
Yeah, no problem. If you ever need anything, just let me know. It's always nice to see new people in this town.
I'll walk back over to that grave,
Okay.
the unmarked
No
one.
Overwatch news in forever aside from Leak 222.
The one that's still being dug, or the one for the unmarked body?
The one for the unknown body.
Okay.
Ooh, grave robbing. I like what this is
I'm
going.
going to, I'll use prestidigitation and, like, perfectly clean the gravestone over it.
Okay.
That's handy.
And I'll be on my way back to town.
And it takes you a bit to step back off of the hilly paths, but eventually you make it down to the more flat town grounds.
What is that?
During this time, just assume that I'm like literally making myself aware of literally every nook and cranny of the ship. By the way, like I wanna know everything about it.
Okay.
And on a separate page of his book, maybe even a 2-page spread, he's trying to draw some sort of like just a drawing, a sketch of the ship itself, and add that to his records.
Okay. And so heading back into town, what are you looking for now?
I'm just going to be traveling around town, seeing if there's anything that sparks my interest.
Well,
Take a
there's
trip through the market kind of deal.
heading through the market. It seems to be primarily house-made goods. A lot of things made from either weave plants or animal skin. Seems to be that these people live primarily off the land and not so much digging into it.
Are there any, like, novelty or specialty shops?
No, not that you can really see it. This town is rather small and isolated. It doesn't get much traffic in.
I guess I'll go around the docks.
Oh, do I see him coming up the docks?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
I
presume so.
kind of raise my head and say, "Oh, Brand, I have potential crewmate who might be interested. Or directions to one who might be interested." Brand?
Sorry, technical difficulties. Give me a sec.
And Ataraxia, what are you doing, Lewis? Ataraxia?
What am I doing?
Yes.
Probably just wandering around town right now.
Well, you do see much of the same in terms of this town just being a slog of common products made by different people. Sheepskin clothes, some pelts. The only thing that may even remotely stick out of interest is, despite being right on a river, this town, for some reason, still has a multitude of wells made.
As she's like wandering, trying to get a feel for like the layout of the town and what's going on, she also tries to stop a few people, and at least direct them towards the bounty board and say there's an important announcement there.
Okay, most take note and say, "Oh, okay, yeah, I'll make sure to take a look at it whenever I stop by there next," and kind of
Darn deceptive.
give you an odd look and move past.
Odd looks. Just because I'm a tiefling, even though it's probably not because she's actually a tiefling.
It's totally
Probably because she's. Totally because she's. Everything's because she's a
definitely
tiefling.
tiefling.
I still haven't taken a picture of me in my Bermuda shirt. I should probably do that.
Tieflings. Tiefling
Brand,
masters. Brand, are you okay?
It should be working now.
Alright.
Okay, where were we?
I saw you coming up on the docks and I came over to you. I say, "Hi, Brand, I talked to the people in the dockyard."
I asked if you found any good information for us.
Oh, I kind of relay the directions that were previously given to me about down this way, something that way, you know, that there might be a person by the name. I forget all the details, but my character actually remembers because keen mind.
Harrison.
Yeah, I tell him about Harrison, and that was the information I was given, that Harrison might be interested in joining up. I didn't check it out myself because I was watching over the ship, but it sounded like something you might want to look into.
Thank you for gathering this information. I'll follow up on that. And I give a slight nod and continue on my way.
I nod back and go
Thanks
back
for your
to
support.
No
to
big copy pasta cause it worked.
trying to, you know, wrangle ship rats and, you know, roll for initiative, all that stuff.
Alright, so
No big copy pasta because it worked. Drawsley, thanks for the 11
you're
months.
going down to hunt down the
I appreciate it.
Shaman that he had mentioned, correct?
One more month to the Galaxy Show. I'm
Right,
looking
so-
forward to it. Thank you.
Heading down around the
appreciate
docks, you start looking for him, and eventually you do find him, a rather short man. What do you say to him?
What was the name again?
Harrison.
Or you could just not remember because you forgot. What was your name again?
Pardon me, sir. Would you happen to be Harrison?
Yeah, well, can I help you?
I was told you were looking for a ship to join as crew.
Yeah, ideally, I'm not a big man for the port, but much more of an open sea. Sorry.
Oh, for Steam?
Yeah, I am.
I'm Brand Earnhardt. I've a
Yeah,
modest ship that's in need of a few more crew members.
Oh, yeah, how many more?
Just about 3 more.
Oh, yeah, what's the bunk arrangement? I presume the ship has its own bunks for the crew, or
Yes, indeed.
well, how much are you willing to pay?
The wallet
I'll
question.
I'll settle for no less than a gold a day.
It's
See,
our
it's
first
day
servant.
2, right? It's still day 2.
Yeah.
Pirates come on day 7.
Yes.
That's such a long wait.
Very well, I'll agree to that. I'll have you start 4 days from now.
The dice don't have hitboxes. Yeah.
All right. Sounds good to me.
Need to find one more crew member. Read a
When
servant.
the time comes,
be good.
just head to the docks.
Here's your card.
It's a boat labeled the Windheart.
Thank you.
Not hard to miss.
The wind tide.
All right.
And
The
then
Windheart.
I'll do my signature bow and head on my way to walk around town some more.
Earnhardt, captain of the Windheart. Exploring the rock carts.
So, sorry, what are you doing now?
I'm walking around town looking for anything interesting in song or story worthy.
Well, can't really find anything. No, you stopped and talked to some people, and they did offhand mention this weird girl trying to tell them to go check the bounty boards in the inn, but aside from that,
Sounds like we only need one more crewmate, right? Before we're at capacity, by the way.
Yeah, so if capacity
It's
to
5.
keep it running is 5, I'm gonna want 6 people on board so we can have a good night shift.
Yeah. Makes sense. Wait, is unless 5 is how many including the night shift? Profer.
you were just told you needed 5.
Okay. So yeah, 6. Well,
we
how many?
need
I mean,
one at
I'm
home.
intimately familiar with the ship by now. How many beds do we have, like completely, counting the captain's quarters? Yeah, which also thanks for the 20 bits, by the way.
Counting the captain's quarters, you have 8 beds.
We have 8 beds. So 5 is a skeleton crew that we could have.
5 is a daytime only crew.
Yeah. So
I
5
would use 3 for night crew.
Yeah. Most people wouldn't want to share beds. They'd want their own area.
I guess I'll take that job to look for the pig then.
Alright, and the bounty for it was just a 2 gold, mind you.
Mm-hmm.
Said to go talk to the Oz family. Said they lived in a large house carved out up against the hill.
I'll be on my way over there then.
Would Ataraxia see him traveling over there?
Yes, because of where you guys have both been moving through, you probably would have seen him at some point. He does stick out like a...
Yeah. She's gonna like run to catch up with him. What are you doing? I don't got much to do
What are
right
you
now.
doing?
I'm gonna let her know what I'm doing. That I'm heading on over to do an odd job just for a little bit of pocket change.
Well, if
and
you'd like
for
some
something
help,
to do.
if you'd like some help, I'm readily available. Don't got much to do until the end of the week.
Well, if you're willing to accompany me, I will gladly accept.
All right. That's the plan.
Alright, so we're heading on over there. What happens?
Well, heading on
I'm
over
I'm
there,
here
you see
waiting.
a large pasture filled with animals, and oddly enough, it seems like there's an entire
I'm trying to
piece
figure out what I wanna do.
missing, completely empty of animals. See one for oxen and cow, another for sheep, and then a third left completely empty.
Well, I'm gonna find someone to talk to.
Yeah, so I presume you walk up to the house at the very end of the property.
Yeah.
So, moving through, you eventually make your way there, and knocking on the door, a woman answers. Can I help you too?
I noticed the posting for help finding a pig put up in the
I have an
tavern in
idea.
town. I was going to get some more information on that.
I have an idea.
Oh, yes, yeah, we had our entire lot of pigs just vanish in the middle of the night.
Oh, that sounds quite odd.
Yeah, it, really was a shame, but, yeah, we're offering, there were a total of 12, and we're offering a prize of 2 gold per pig brought back.
While they're messing around with this, I'm tinkering along with some small item I found. Doesn't really matter, just magical tinkering, and I'm imbuing it with. I'm gonna attempt to imbue it with an odor so foul that it just kind of repels anyone from walking further, and I'm just gonna kind of put it on the entrance to the ship, so like to serve as kind of like a secondary guard, so I can roam about. So just to it'll just be something to like make everyone think, oh, this is terrible. I shouldn't go on this ship.
Okay, yeah, that's fun.
So like it'll just smell awful. Anytime they walk close to the ship, it emits. It says up to 10 feet away. So I guess I put it so that the very entrance of the boat is within those 10 feet, and like the entire entrance. So it's like a 10
that's
feet
fine.
radius. Yeah. And
Yeah.
then I'll satisfied with my solution, I'll leave the boat and go to the tavern to try to figure out where they went.
Alright, so I'm heading off to the tavern. You see the board has had something ripped off of it.
I look.
Along. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I look at the tavern keeper and I ask then, have you seen my friends Brand and Anorexia?
Brian. Yeah, that fellow.
The rich-looking fellow.
Yeah, he was looking at the board and went off for a bit. Asked me for some rumors.
Oh, do you know what he was asking about?
Yeah, I told him about this incident with the body disappearing, and made some small talk about this bounty that was put up for a couple of hogs that got loose.
Oh, that's probably where they went, since there was something ripped off the board. Do you know where that is?
Oh, I want to say it was put up by the hospital. So I think they live up on the hill.
All right. Well, I'll go
You'll,
up.
if you see large amounts of animals, that'll be them.
Thank you. I kind of leave the tavern, bow my head, and go try to rejoin those two.
Okay. Takes you a bit, and meanwhile, you two. She details how. Well, yeah. Last night they just up and disappeared. We're allowing 2 gold.
The recording can be no longer than 6 seconds long, but I can have an object continuously emit your choice of an odor or nonverbal sound,
we did
which
find
is perceivable up to
this,
10 feet
and,
away.
she pulls out a piece of paper that she describes as having been tied up to the fence, saying that
It's perfect for toxic messages.
that they will be compensated for what has been taken in a week's time.
Huh.
Is that like the around the field and the area leaving it?
Yeah, it
when-
was tied up to one of the posts.
There's
When-
no like
when was it
markings
taken?
or anything leaving it.
No, if you want to look for any type of tracks, so I need a survival check.
All right. Well, do I arrive yet? Have I made it to them?
Yeah,
Can Ataraxia ask them something?
yeah, go ahead.
In a week's time. When was it taken? When was it taken?
Just last night.
Just last night? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Yeah. I arrive and I say, "Hey, Brand." I figured out that my skills might be more useful here. I left something aboard the ship to make it unappealing to anyone who might want to take it or steal it. An odor so foul they wouldn't want to stay near the ship. I'll remove it when we go back. It's perfectly fine.
Okay, good thing you can remove that. That's not something you want on a ship you have to live on.
No worries.
How was it that I do the skill checks?
On your character sheet on the right side says skills. Just
Yeah.
double click where the modifier is.
Okay, there we go.
Ah, the first rule of the campaign.
So with a 17 in survival, you managed to find some hog tracks that seem to be trampled over by multiple sets. Along with what seems to be one boot print leading all of them.
What size boot?
It's hard to say, though it does seem to be a rather large one.
I take it was a pretty heavy step, got pretty deep in the mud.
Yes, if it wasn't, you wouldn't be able to see it from the pig's tracks up above it.
Alright, I'm gonna motion to the others that I found something and start following the tracks.
Okay. So, following the tracks, you lead off towards the forest. Is there anything in particular that you're watching out for, or are you just following the tracks?
I'm following the tracks, keeping a moderate level of awareness of my surroundings.
Okay. Moving forward, no.
Okay.
Moving forward, you see a small collection of rope tied up across trees, strung between, all leading, forming somewhat of a path until you find a small cross-section on the river with a bridge at a topic.
Hmm.
Past this, however, you believe you can see the footprints start again.
I'm gonna like tug on the bridge a bit, see if it feels stable or not.
It does not feel stable. It feels as though it could give out at any moment.
Can I see any other way across this?
From where you're standing, you believe that the river might narrow upstream.
How deep is the river?
Where you're standing now, the river's about 3 to 4 feet deep.
How long is the bridge?
The bridge is about 25 feet across.
Okay, so it's a 25-foot bridge. And it's made of rope, you said?
No, the bridge is made of a collection of wood and stone supports.
Wood and stone supports. Okay, so there's no rope involved?
The rope is... There is some rope used as guards, but the majority of the rope was back, tied tree to tree, marking out a path.
Okay, well, I look at Brand and I say I have a solution, and I go and I untie some of the rope from the trees, and I then tie a sturdy knot around one of my bolts. And I take. Are there trees across the across on the other side that I could?
Yeah, you guys are in a very forested area. There's trees on both sides.
Okay, so after tying the bolt to my crossbow, and then tying the other end of the rope, making sure that I have at least enough to reach the other side. I tie the other end of the rope around something sturdy on this end, and then I take aim and I shoot that. And I shoot the bolt into a tree on the other side.
Okay, yeah, it makes it across. You have a good 10 feet remaining. That's enough to make it to a tree on your side or to tie it to the bridge.
Okay, and I kind of test it a couple times, making sure that it's steady and it won't fall out.
Yeah, actually, could you go ahead and make me an attack roll with your crossbow? Do you know how to do that?
Vaguely.
Go on to actions, double click the modifier.
Actions, double click the modifier. Okay. Is it just the bottom? Is it just the thing at the bottom left?
No, actions on the bottom right of your character sheet.
Ah, there it is. And then double click the okay.
Yeah, where it says +5.
Oh, +5. 9.
So you can. It's not the sturdiest. It wouldn't support your weight, but it could maybe support others.
Okay. So I say, I kind of like gesture to the rope and say, "There you go. I've made you a bridge." To Brand.
How heavy is library?
I'm 700 pounds.
Okay, yeah, I can definitely do that.
Yeah, you'd be fine. He's a very heavy warforged.
Is that gonna be a acrobatics check? To get
Yeah,
across
go
the
ahead.
rope?
Go ahead and make me acrobatics.
Oh no! No!
Oh no.
Oh
Making it
no!
across right when you're halfway over. You feel your loot begin to slip off of your back. And in order to grab it, you let go of the rope, falling into the river, protecting your prized instrument.
Oh no.
Distraught. How far down is the river?
The river's only... You guys are in a bit of a gorged area, so the river's 10 feet down. It is flowing, so there's not any severe fall damage, but I do need you to make me an athletics check.
Oh, Zeig. Oh
Oh no!
You just cannot seem to get your foot as the bottom of the rapid river has made the rocks at the bottom very slippery, and trying to get a grasp is a pain. Would anyone else like to try anything?
I,
Give me.
how fast is the river flowing? How is it flowing like really fast, or like he's
Let's go 40 feet a second. 40
feet.
feet every 6 seconds.
Okay, so I wouldn't be able to run along. So, well, if I dashed, I'd be able to catch. I'd be able to reach the other side, right? Like if I just sprinted all the way.
Yes, absolute full sprint. You could.
Okay, so breaking into a full sprint, I tried.
Mind you, he's not being swept by it yet. He has maintained.
I just
his position
can't
well.
manage.
It
to
probably
fucking
wouldn't be able to
stand up.
sweep me because of how heavy I am.
No, it probably couldn't.
How deep is the water? Like, is he underwater? Like, is he able to? If he was standing, would he be fine? Because I'm significantly taller than he is.
If he was standing, he would be fine.
Okay, so I kind of break into a full sprint and jump down towards because it's only a 10-foot drop. That's not too bad. I'll make a pretty big splash when I land, but
Ataraxia is just kind of like peeking over the edge, scared to try and jump down herself, but wanting to help too.
Were you still holding onto the rope?
no, I tied it off.
Okay.
You know what? Ataraxia is also going to get some of her own rope, and like running towards the end, kind of close to where Library ran. Instead of jumping down, is there any like boulders, like really heavy boulders or trees or anything she can tie a rope to?
Yeah, there's plenty of trees. Aside from that, no, there aren't any boulders.
Okay, so she ties the rope to a tree, and with the length of the drop is 10 feet. And then how far is the tree from the edge?
We'll go ahead and say that that's about 10 feet deep as well. Or 10
Okay,
feet away.
so
So like 20 feet.
Yeah.
20 feet. So she cuts off about like 20 feet of rope.
That's not enough to tie it.
Oh yeah, no, sorry. Like 20, like about 30 feet of rope. And then
Okay.
ties it to the tree. Real tight. Do I need to make a check for that?
Nope.
Okay.
All right. Well, she's
And then
doing that. I'm
and throw the rope over so when he actually gets Brand can climb back up.
so I'm
I don't
wading
think
over
you
to
can
him.
get up here with the rope though, Library. I don't know if it's strong enough for that.
I don't really seem concerned by that fact. I'm just really worried. I'm worried for the weak bag of flesh that had failed his ability to cross the rope.
Yeah.
And I wade over to him, and I'm assuming I make it just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I kind of strong metal hands reach into the water and I attempt to haul him up above the water.
Okay, make me a strength check.
Strength check. That is by far one of my best checks.
Nat 1.
No.
Nope,
14.
11.
Well, with a 14,
I count as a large for the purpose of moving things, by the way. I don't know if that makes a difference.
not in this case.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can lift him up. His legs still having problems solidifying his position when doing so, but you can get him up and out of the water.
Okay, so I kind of look at him a little concerned, and I'm like, "Are you okay, little one? Are you okay, little bag? Are you okay, Brand?"
I'm looking a little irritated, but it's it's not at anyone, it's at the situation. And I pull a booklet marked songs and stories out of one of my pouches, and it's just absolutely soaked.
Oh no.
You really should be more careful.
So yeah, I haul him up above the water and bring him back towards the rope, and I let him take purchase of the rope, and say you can climb this back up. Don't fall again, please. Hey, Lep.
Rope and walk in the water.
Okay. So you're climbing back up?
Yeah, I'm continuing on to the other side of the river.
It is pretty fun. It is pretty fun.
Okay. Yeah, so you climb up, get over to the other side. If you're taking the rope again, I need you to roll acrobatics.
I'm not climbing the rope, I'm just holding on to it for a handrail as I walk in the river.
Yeah, because poor weak bag of flesh could get swept away.
Oh, okay.
Well, how far across is the river?
I was trying to climb on the rope was so that the booklet wouldn't get wet, but it's wet
Actually
now,
only
so-
450 pounds, apparently. But
Because
It's
the
still
rope
more than
I
twice
provided
the
is only 30 feet, so it wouldn't go far across the river.
yeah.
Yeah, so you would have to climb raised rope.
Yeah. You can't use it as like a way to cross the river.
Alright.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, you climb her rope and then you get over to the other one and shimmy across it just fine.
No fall this time.
Can I try to untie the rope and save what I have?
Because your rope was just going
Yeah.
down to where library is,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, that should be fine.
So I can untie the rope. And
Yeah, that's fine.
It's not like library's gonna use it. He just has to find a way
Yeah.
across himself.
I know. She wasn't gonna let library use it. Alright.
If you
I-
would like, let's see, what do you have here? If you would like to use your pittance library, you can make a strength check at disadvantage to try to climb up, using those as climbing spikes.
Oh yeah. Sure. I'll do that. You said at disadvantage, right? Because I'm so heavy.
Because it's soaking wet and slippery
Oh.
as well.
All right. So at disadvantage, that'll be I go to. What I use? Is there a?
Are you gonna-
Athletics?
Athletics. Okay.
Are you gonna try and climb?
No, I'm
which
climbing.
Side?
I'm climbing the side that we're trying to get to. Okay, so athletics. That's good. I actually have a.
Okay.
You said at disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Just double click the modifier.
Okay.
That's not disadvantage.
That's not disadvantage.
Where it says this.
Well, that'll be minus 2, so 7.
No.
Wait.
Disadvantage isn't.
You rolled
negative.
twice.
Oh yeah.
Where it says disadvantage in the lower left, click that,
Yeah.
and then double click the athletics mod.
Okay.
Oof.
An 8.
With an 8, you can barely manage to get yourself up onto the first one. Maybe if someone was lifting you from above as well to try to lessen your weight on them.
Hello?
I'm not on that side yet.
Brand.
Strength check, I take it?
Yeah.
Why are you so weak? What are these rolls?
Between an 11 and an 8, I'll say that it takes you quite a bit, but you do manage to make your.
Alright. So.
Also, Ataraxia is gonna go over the rope
Yep,
Alright.
I need acrobatics from you.
You know, objectively, maybe we should have waited.
And you fall in.
What are these rolls?
Now what? I'll
You
be
made rivers, huh,
okay.
Ethan?
That's crazy.
Falling into the river.
This is going on Twitter.
The pitons are still in the wall if you'd like to try to climb up them.
Yeah, can I try that?
Yep, make me a athletics at disadvantage.
How do you do the disadvantage? I don't say the disadvantage.
In the
It's
bottom,
in the
left, where it
right
says
beneath
this.
right beneath the chat box.
Oh, I see it. Okay. Athletics at disadvantage.
You manage to slowly climb up, slipping on your feet. However, with your experience of scaling ships before, you do manage to remember that using your legs is the most important part of climbing, and you manage to make your way up.
It's incredible.
Yeah, I have proficiency in athletics, but I also have a -2.
I have proficiency in acrobatics, but I got a natural 1.
No, I have a -1 strength thing.
Okay, so you guys have all made it across.
This is within the first 10 rolls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
How fun!
That's crazy.
Well, we know who rolled the first natural 1 of the campaign.
Yeah, it was Zeig. I was curious about that. You know, I was like, I asked this. I said, who do
I
we
said
think
it
is
would
gonna
be
get?
Rue or and I was wrong.
Who do you think is gonna get the first
Rue
one?
wasn't here.
Yeah, I think it's because
So
Rue
she didn't
wasn't
have a
here.
chance.
She missed the very first nat 1 of the campaign.
Alright, so you guys have made it across. Can I get another survival check to try to find the
I
tracks?
retrieved my bolt, by the way. I kind of yoinked it out from the tree.
Yeah, it's incredibly damaged.
It's unbreakable.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, remember?
Alright, then it is not, yeah, it's... Okay, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, because remember that was one of the things that we talked about. Yeah. I have a chess set.
Okay. Can I get survival for whoever's trying to find the tracks?
That would be me. We've lost the tracks, friends. Yep.
What you looking for?
After, you know exactly where they were before you had crossed, but after the library jumped into the river, it splashed out, covering the ground, and because of it now being mud, it's impossible to find them.
Oh no.
Do we just gotta wander until we find tracks again?
Is there kind of a path? Like, could we kind of rejoin where the bridge would have led off and then follow that direction?
Yeah.
'Cause we went like a little sideways of the bridge, right?
Yeah, there's no issue with you guys doing that.
Yeah. So I think that's the best course of action here.
Yeah. And then maybe we can find tracks again later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm
I
down
look
with it.
around for like any clues or anything that, like any other things like beyond just tracks, like any markings on the trees, anything along those lines that I might be able to.
Make me a perception check.
Yes, I have good perception. Oh god damn it! What
You know,
is this?
the one biome, oddly enough, that you and your prior master had never gone through and told you how to navigate was a forest.
Okay, question. What's your ruling on natural perception?
Natural perception or passive perception is meant to be
Yep.
used for combat, and if there is something going on that does not specifically make you roll. If you're trying to do something, you have
Okay.
to roll.
Because I know different DMs have different ways of doing it. That's why I wanted to ask.
Yeah, no home.
Anyways, can I roll perception just to see what's
Yep,
kind of?
that's fine. Well, moving through, you are familiar with this area, having been, a pirate. Even the islands that you had inhabited were similar in.
good roll. God bless.
Give me 1 second to check some. Yeah, you notice on some small pools of water, on the water itself, there seems to be what look like runes.
Runes.
Yes.
Let me check that because can I make an Arcana? Is it an Arcana check to see if I know anything about it or?
Yeah.
All right.
You can go ahead and try to.
Roll Arc. God.
The second that one.
What, are you in an airplane hangar? What the fuck was that reverb?
Are you
You-
kidding me?
These runes are undecipherable.
It
Undecipherable.
just says like, pigs go over there. It's fucking written in common.
Because
Actually, what language are the
Ataraxia
runes
thinks
in?
that this might have to do with the pirates. Could she try checking the room?
Yes. None of you recognize the language of the.
Okay.
So I would need an Arcana check.
Under. Blah, 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 blah.
I'm not even gonna bother
Okay,
with
can
an
I-
Arcana check. I'm not good with that.
Yep, you have no idea.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to pull out my journal, which was stored in a top pocket, so it should be relatively safe from harm. And I'm going to do what I should have done and look through my journal to see if I have any information about these runes, and just kind of scroll through, flip through, and look to see if I have anything about them.
Make me a. Oh, actually, you know what? I'll roll.
Where?
Make me a nature check.
A nature check.
Yes.
Okay. Hey.
You have no idea what this is.
Fuck. Rip. All right. I have no idea. Well. Barring
There
anything
should-
else, I scroll down in an empty page on my journal, the runes, so I can look at them later.
All right.
That was a pretty hard check if a 19 didn't give it to me. Jeez.
This is fucking bullshit.
Well, what are you guys doing now?
Let me see. Do I have anything? Do I have any?
Try to figure out.
Hmm. I wasn't expecting to get literally slapped by bad rules.
No one was.
Yeah, so I guess now that we've been slapped by poor rolling, I guess the only thing for us left to do, I've taken down the runes in my journal, so we need to follow along the path, I guess, and like just look.
Okay. Following along the path. Is there anything in particular you guys are looking out for? I will allow another survival check once you guys get a bit away, in order to try to find the tracks again.
Yeah, I'm just keeping an eye out for big tracks.
Okay, can you go ahead and make me another survival?
He's looking for tracks. I'm looking
Here we
for any
go.
markings on the trees or things along those lines.
Yes, you do manage to once again find them. From what you can see, they are alongside the path. Right as you get up to where you see the majority of them, they seem to make a very fast turn to the right off the beaten path.
Let's see. I'm gonna use prestidigitation to send some light wind that direction.
Okay.
Kind of rustle the.
Well, they continue onward.
Okay, I'm gonna mark. I'm gonna
I'm going to
make a blue mark.
I'm going to snap a twig or something along make a discernible marking for us in the future so that we can find this spot later on.
Yeah,
come back.
I prestidigitation a blue ring around the trunk of one of the trees.
The prestidigitation only lasts for an hour, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I want to leave like a more permanent marking so we can find it. In case it takes us longer than an hour.
Should be noted that now you guys can start hearing the sounds of waves hitting the shore as you guys draw close.
Do I hear anything else?
Not that you can tell.
Okay. So we're getting close to the sea. I guess we just. I'm going to start walking towards the sound of waves.
And I'll follow him.
Okay, so the tracks do go up in that direction as well. So following the tracks towards the ocean. Finally, you get out of the tree line to open up into a sandy and rocky beach with cliffs overhanging.
Cliffs.
So it was the pirates.
I turn to Brand and I chuckle and say, "You fancy climbing those?" I'm having a laugh at his expense.
Yep.
That would be
Well,
athletics,
might-
not acrobatics, but I'll keep the 18. So, climbing down from the cliffs as you are on the cliffside, you manage to make it to the ground just fine.
All right.
In
How far down is it? Like how long of a drop?
It's a good 25 feet.
Okay. So not one I could just
Dang it.
not one I could just tank by jumping probably.
No,
Actually, I probably could since I'm like 7 feet tall, but
unless you're a monk. So,
yeah. Yeah, so it would be yeah. I guess you're right. Is there like any trees or anything along those lines?
No. As soon as you drop
So-
down the cliff, it turns into stone and sand.
No. I mean, like, anything that I could tie a rope to.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of trees.
The music
up
stopped.
above.
The music stopped, by the way. Don't know if you noticed.
That's fine for now. I'll deal with it.
Okay. I go ahead and tie the rope that I. Oh wait, I didn't untie the other side.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll presume. Actually, no, you couldn't have. So
yeah,
yeah.
I couldn't have. I guess the best way is for me to actually like try to climb down.
It's 25 feet down.
Yeah,
I mean,
How
if the
far
rope
is
gets
the
us close
tree
enough.
from the
about 5 feet.
5 feet? Okay, so
So
with
you have like 30
the-
feet.
Yeah, because
So that
I
could
cut
get us,
off
like-
30 feet.
That could get us like what, 10 feet above the ground, 8 feet above the ground. That's nothing you could just drop.
Well, you wouldn't be able to. Would you? Would the rope be strong enough for him?
If it's hempen rope and he uses pythons on his way down, maybe.
Okay, so I'm just gonna have to take the climbing route. It looks like. Is there any other way down that I can discern?
Not within your sightline.
Okay. Ugh, heights. Not a fan of heights. Okay, so I guess I'll try to climb down then.
I'm gonna tie the rope
Off I
and
go.
use the rope to
Yes.
go back down. Go down.
Okay. So yeah, dropping down through the rope.
While
You
I'm
managed
climbing, I survey the cliffside, by the way, to see if there's anything on the cliffside itself that might be of interest.
Not that you can tell, though, with your heavy feet, when you're smashing up against it, climbing, kind of echoes.
Oh. It echoes. Where did as I'm like climbing down, I kind of take mental note of like where the echoes sound loudest, like where it would seem like does it feel hollow?
Not entirely, but every single time you strafe off a bit towards the left in order to climb down, it does. Yeah, it's a bit more distinct.
Okay. I try strafing a little bit more towards the left, and I while holding on to the rock, I try to find more hollow sections of the wall.
Yeah, so strafing off to the left, it's a bit easier to tell, but you still can't. It still doesn't feel like it's right on the other side of the wall. It still feels like it's a bit off.
Okay, so if I tried to punch it, would I be able to punch through?
No.
Okay. Do I have anything in my inventory that might be useful for that? No.
Alright, so we'll go ahead and say that all three of you have made it down then. Okay, so taking it down, what are you guys looking for? As it's a rather straight beach. It doesn't seem to curve much, which is odd, but
I now that I'm down, now that I'm all the way down, I kind of like inspect the area where like I kind of like keep looking around that area for signs of hollowness, and just kind of investigating and seeing if there's anything in particular about it.
no, if you would like to make me a nature check, real quick.
A nature check. Nine.
Yeah, you think it's possible that this cave or this cliff might be made of stone that is common common to forming internal caves, though you're not sure.
Okay. Well, I would like to check to try to find the weakest point where it'd be easiest for me to break through.
Okay, well, with what you know of the area, it would probably be where the water flows out towards the ocean.
Okay. So I guess I'll go around that area and knock around, see if I can find a spot that's like particularly hollow or easy to break through.
Okay, and the other two, Brand and Arachia.
Do I see any pig tracks anywhere?
In this in the sand now, you can't really find tracks in the sand.
Do I see anything particularly of note to me?
If you'd like to make me a perception check.
God, what are these rolls?
Can
No,
I get a perception check
do
as well?
It's because it's
sure.
hitting the side of the fucking chat box.
With a 12, you do find it odd how there seems to be no moss growing. Normally, coastal lines with this amount of stone, there's moss all over the place.
Wow.
So that's saying someone has been probably cleaning it up, right?
Hannah does it.
Hmm.
Well, that depends. Are we on the North Beach?
You guys are
Well-
on the south side of a northern continent, on the southern
We're on
side.
the south side. That's why there's no moss.
Hmm.
It only grows on the north side of everything.
Interesting. Well, can I make an investigation check to see if I found the weakest point?
Yeah, go ahead.
It is the skill I have the highest positive in.
Yeah,
Nice.
so looking through, you
It's
managed
the
to find that there is a very thin piece of rock blocking a interior hollowed out area
I punch
of
it.
the cliffs. Make me a strength check. Oh no, you have an actual natural weapon because you're a juggernaut.
Yes, I have Iron Fist. I deal 1d4 plus my strength modifier, bludgeoning damage.
Okay, so make me a strength check +2, which you can add a +2 in the lower left area.
Gotcha.
With a 13, you can make a dent in it, and you see a little bit chip off, and you can actually look inside now, and you notice a... Hold on.
Is it a pig?
I punch it again.
You notice a small cave with water flowing through the underside of it.
I punch it again.
Okay, yep, rolled ahead again.
Do I with +2?
Yeah.
Hey!
And you smash right through it, opening it up to where either of your companions can get through it, and you might be able to squeeze through.
I'm just gonna spend a little bit of time widening the entrance to make it easier for me to get through.
Okay, yeah. And the other two of you?
I call to my companion and say, "Hey, I found something."
Oh dear.
I kind of peek in and take a look. How bright is it in there?
I'm going to grab.
You notice that the left side is brighter than the right. Aside from that, it seems to be standard.
I'm going to grab one of the shrapnel, just a tiny shrapnel, and tinker with it to make it shed light. Kind
Okay.
of fashion myself a primitive artificer torch.
All right. And we'll go ahead and say that you've managed to hollow it out enough for you to step through easily.
All right, which side is the entrance?
The south.
The south. Okay, so that's the side that we punched through.
Like,
All right.
Yeah.
I guess I step inside then.
Okay.
And you said that it's brighter to the left side of it, right?
Yes.
Does it look
It's
brighter
just
for
that
any
there's
particular...
another light source.
Okay. I'm just going to gesture to my companions and say something along the lines of, I get the feeling we're not alone here.
In a cave like this? Probably.
I'm going to start slowly walking towards the other light source.
Okay.
Maybe at
you
least
can
a
go
little
ahead and move
quiet
your
about it.
token.
Just in that direction.
And are you guys being quiet about it at all?
I'm being quiet because I'm wary of the light source.
And the other two?
yeah, I would be quiet.
I'm gonna be quiet about things as well.
Okay,
Gonna
so on
follow
the
him.
bottom right of your guys' screen, there should be something called the Dice Tower. If you guys can click and drag your stealth modifier into there, please.
Where is my stealth modifier? Stealth. Yeah, I'm surprisingly stealthy.
Okay, so Adarachia, you're aware of the importance of sneaking, especially when you're on board an enemy ship. However, this does seem empty, and moving through, you guys are free to move around as you wish for now.
Yeah,
Try not to just move anywhere too far at once.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of slowly walk towards the hug. I'm gonna be hugging the cave wall and just kind of moving up.
Ataraxia is going to be following him.
I am a
It's not
seasoned
like
explorer.
super closely, but
So we have
like,
completely lost sight of Brand. He's on the far side. How big is a single square, by the way?
5 feet.
5 feet. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Wow, he's a good distance away.
Am I seeing anything yet?
No, you do know, however, there is a broken down bridge over the water alongside a elevated side.
how high elevated?
5 feet, and give me 1 second.
So I can see over that then.
Yes, and
So
Ataraxia is like,
I finally
Fairly
made it
tall.
to the corner. I'm gonna like kind of peer around it.
all of you roll initiative.
All right.
Oh my god.
Do I have a? I feel like I have a bonus against.
can you pop the thing out accidentally and close it?
Do I have a bonus against? Do I have a bonus rolling initiative? I thought I did somewhere, but
It's your dex bonus.
Yeah,
I did this-
I meant like specific to my.
Thank you.
Oh my god, I'm last. Thank God I got that roll out of the way for initiative at least.
That's a dexterity check. On
Yeah,
the
that's-
main part of your character sheet, where it says init,
Oh,
I'm going fucking last.
I just did like a straight dexterity check.
yeah, where it says init, very center,
Yeah, double.
There it is.
literal.
Next your AC.
Same thing.
Oh my god.
We're all last, which is fair because.
What
we
do
were
you
probably-
mean you're last?
Which is fair because we were probably surprised.
Yeah,
What do you mean we're all last?
Listen, you're last.
not all of you. Can I get everyone's passive perception?
Passive perception. Find it again.
Yeah.
12.
Where is passive perception?
On your main sheet where it says senses, there's a purse.
Oh. 13.
And library.
Wait, what?
Library. What's your passive perception?
My
Main part of your character sheet where it says
If you look-
senses.
senses.
It's right above your initiative, and then like
Oh.
to the right.
12.
To your save.
Okay, so
This would be a great time for Rue to join in because we could just say she was taken captive and we find her. If only she was here.
If only.
Brian, what's your AC?
Hmm?
Brian?
Brand.
Oh, sorry. 13.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm dealing with like 8 things right now.
As a arrow whizzes past you, notice there's a goblin on the upper right platform.
Oh lord.
Anything you wish to do in retaliation?
He's on an elevated platform, right?
Yeah, you can barely see the top of his head.
Right, so I'm gonna hide under the edge of it,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna yell that his aim's about as straight as the waves. And that's a casting of vicious mockery. So,
Alright.
See, that was 1d4, right?
Yeah, so
And it has to make a wisdom save.
yeah, if you go to your actions page,
That's a save of 13.
hold on, go to your actions page.
Yeah, I'm at the actions page.
The dice icon on Vicious Mockery, can you drag that onto the
What's that?
Onto
Actually,
what?
I have no idea.
onto the goblin?
What?
Class. What class are you?
Warlock.
Oh.
He fails, so now drag the lightning bolt onto him. For 1 damage.
One damage.
And he has disadvantage, correct?
Yeah, disadvantage on its next attack.
Goblin number 3, rush out of the shadows.
Is he just like up there where the other guy?
Oh,
Oh,
he jumps out at.
what's he wearing?
Just tattered leather clothes.
Okay.
Only suited for a goblin.
All right.
Striking out with a scimitar, clashes against your warforged iron skin, bouncing off.
I kind of look at him and raise an eyebrow and say, "Silly
However-
bag."
As he does so, he still manages to hit your arm back as he dodges out of the way.
Oh, so he runs away. Wow, that's a long dodge. Wow,
Your turn.
that's a long dodge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's a minimum distance of 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. How far? That's within good range of my crossbow. Where is? Is it in my actions? There it is.
Drag it onto him. The dice.
Yeah, I'm just gonna level my crossbow at him and take a shot. That's a nat 20.
Full damage.
Rip Goblin.
As where it says 1d6 plus 1 piercing. Bring that onto him.
Is it? It's doubled, right? Because it was a nat.
No, drag it onto the goblin.
Oh, drag it onto the goblin. Shit, that one's a 6. Rip. Rip. It would have been better if I would have just used the original roll.
We'll keep it. As you pierce through him, it knocks him back, falling into the river, never to be seen from again.
No, my crossbow bolt. I'm only missing 1 bolt, by the way, because I retrieved the other one. Right?
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, so
Right.
I only have 19 bullets now.
Goblin 2, witnessing the murder of his ally.
Those are expensive.
Shoot out at you,
He
missing
misses.
as it hits the wall behind you. Going to run. Can I get a perception check from you, librarian?
Alright. Skills. Perception. 19.
Okay. You see him as he ducks behind the rock.
Yo, my combat rolls are nuts.
Ataraxia?
Okay. So she just mutters under her breath. Who trained you, idiots? After 2 of them have missed. And then shoots an Eldritch Blast at the one that she can see that had attacked Brand.
Alright, so drag that onto him. As it pierces through, just about taking off the tip of Rand's hat as you try to hit him, barely being able to see him do the elevation. Any movement?
I'm gonna move back just very slow. No. I'm gonna move over here. No, actually, no movement.
Okay.
Alright. Next is Goblin 1.
One, knowing where you will run out, try to hit you with a scimitar.
Wow, Brand is a fragile one.
Striking through your white robes for 5 damage.
Oof.
You're a bard too, you're not very...
No, I am not.
As he will then, during the attack, run. Your turn?
Okay.
Brand's turn, sorry.
Wow, Brandy, you gonna just let him do you like that?
Oh wait, he has disadvantage on that, didn't he?
Yeah.
Let me reroll that, see if he still...
Can't Brand make a...
Autumn, not one. So go ahead and here,
Use
you
myself my
are
health
still
back.
at full HP.
Can't Brand make an attack of opportunity since he tried to run away?
Nimble Escape allows him to take the disengage as a bonus action.
Oh.
Brand, your turn.
Vengeance.
I think this calls for another vicious mockery.
First you miss with your arrow, then you miss with your scimitar. Is that all you can do? Miss.
You got that close and you couldn't even hit me. It looks like the only thing you goblins can hit is the ocean floor.
Alright, roll the save on him. Fails again.
You're not very good at this mockery thing, aren't you?
Alright, as he is nearly dead from the sting of your words.
you have mocked him out of existence.
Any movement?
Let's see. I'll set right there.
Alright.
And that'll be the end of my turn.
Library.
I'm going to level my sword, knowing that the goblin is behind the rock, and just charge him.
Okay, that will take an extra 5 feet of movement to lift yourself up.
Oh, was I knocked down?
No, it's a elevated platform.
Oh yeah.
So, but yeah, you can make it with 25 feet of movement. So
Yeah, I have 30, so I'm good.
go ahead and move your token.
So
Okay, roll to attack. Roll to hit.
yeah. And then I just kind of slash at him and yeet. Nat 20 again! I'm so good!
You didn't drag it on the goblin.
Oh, come on.
You can roll it at advantage.
Okay, I'm like, there's no way. Here, wait, I think I can drag it on the goblin. Yeah.
Nothing.
What?
Okay, apparently, yeah, roll damage then, if that will allow.
No, it doesn't work.
No. Yep. Okay. That would have killed him though, so.
Yeah, so I just kind of charge around the corner and just impale him through his chest and lift him up with the sword.
To the ground. You go for a second blow before realizing he's dead. Your blade resting upon a pin against his leather.
See you later, Stealth.
Ataraxia is going to... How much would it be to move over here? I don't know how to...
It's
over here.
1, 2, 4, 5. That would be your. That's 5 more feet than what your movement allows.
Yeah. Okay, I can't?
No, you can move
Okay.
5 feet. Yeah.
I've killed 2 of them so far. My role as bodyguard is good.
Because I can't tell... What about here? I don't know how to tell.
You can move there. You can move
Is
6
he in my-
squares.
Is he in my line of sight?
We'll say that he has partial cover, so if you don't want to move anymore, that's a -2 on your.
Then should I be able to move one more square over?
Yeah, you could move there. Should give you full line of
Okay.
sight.
All right. So full line of sight.
Yeah. So no, just roll stand.
And then Eldritch.
That hits. Roll damage.
Okay.
Oh, he did.
as you knock him back into the wall behind him, ripping out a piece of his chest. But before you can confirm this, you hear large footsteps coming out and yelling, "What's with all the racket?" As you see emerging from the corner,
A 1940s mob boss.
Reinhardt.
Oh no.
emerging from the corner up above, you see a bugbear.
Oh, wow.
Oh, is that it?
Fun.
Brand?
You know, maybe if your friend's eyes were as big as their noses, they might actually hit something. That's vicious mockery.
Yep. Do the exact same thing. And he fails critically. Go ahead and roll the damage twice. It sadly doesn't do that.
Nice.
5
Okay.
damage and disadvantage on his next attack roll. I'm gonna move down 1 tile.
Okay.
And in my turn.
Library.
This is still within like good range. So, having, I'm just gonna peek around the corner with my arm crossbow and levy aim at the bugbear and take a shot.
Okay. Roll to hit. That hits. Roll damage. The thing pierces through his shoulder, knocking him back, staggers up, and begins to move forward. Jumping down in front of you at Araxia. Your turn.
Oh. Sorry, my dog. Okay. I'm gonna back the fuck up. How do I check distance?
It's 5 feet. Each one is 5 feet.
2, 3, 4. So that's good?
Yep.
Actually, I'm gonna be over here. I'm backing the fuck up. And then, casting Eldritch Blast. Jesus
Automatic
Christ.
miss. Is there anything you'd like to do with your bonus action?
Fumble.
Don't think I have anything.
You have Hex, don't you?
Oh, I do. Yep. Gonna cast Hex.
Okay.
And then just roll it on top.
Yeah. Oh, no, not that.
No?
Other one you roll onto him.
There isn't anything else I can...
So no?
No, that's the only thing.
Oh, no, that's... Okay, so yeah. He is hexed. Whenever an ally attacks him, before they roll damage, drag the hex effect onto the ally.
Okay.
Okay.
Brand?
Bugbears count as intelligent creatures, right?
Yes.
I mean, obviously it was talking, right? So I'm gonna use Tasha's Piteous Laughter.
Okay.
Wait. I'll fail it.
Yeah, he fails.
So, drag the
What
hex
does that
onto
do?
Brand?
No, because he's not making a thing.
Oh.
So, yeah. What
Ignore
does
that.
Tasha's do again?
Prone, incapacitated, unable to stand up until they pass a wisdom save? Or was it for duration? Target must succeed a wisdom saving throw or they fall prone, becoming incapacitated and unable to stand up for the duration. At the end of each of its turns, and each time it takes damage, it can make another wisdom saving throw.
Yep.
It has advantage on the saving throw if the throw is triggered by taking damage.
So he's
Okay.
currently incapacitated on
Lever.
the ground, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
So you could throw him into
could
the water.
I'm not gonna throw him into the water. He has one of my crossbow bolts on him. 1, 2,
Mm.
4, 5, 6, 7. I can't cross that distance. If I charge, I could, right? Charges double movement, right? And then you do damage at the end of the charge. Wait, no, charges
Dash.
is, yeah, charge is a special ability. I forgot. I had that for one of my characters. I mean, I guess I'll just like reload and shoot again.
There you go.
Why is it a disadvantage? Oh, is it
Because
because
he's prone, so he's harder to hit with ranged attacks.
well, still a 20.
But that hits. Roll.
Wait.
No. Yep. Add the hex effect to library. Okay, now roll damage.
Ka-dunk.
4 damage. Okay. What's your DC for?
It's 13.
It's 13, right, Brand? No, I need Brand's DC.
No, it says 13 in the text bar.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So he does wake up from that. And it is now his turn.
I think it's funny, by the way, we still have the like calming sea music going
Yeah.
on while we're in the middle of
I
battle.
know.
He rushes you, Brand. Still awaking from his slumber, a laughing fit, he slams the ground next to you. The tile just beneath your token is now difficult terrain.
Alright.
Correct? Yeah, your turn.
I want my bolts back.
She's gonna move over here, so she has a better line of sight. And cast another Eldritch Blast.
Okay. That misses. As it
And then
shoots
she
back,
moves back.
landing on the water behind him. Brand.
Monk him again.
5, 10, 15, 20. I'm gonna move here, going around the long way.
No, go away, or I
Are
shall
you
punch you a
disengaging?
second time.
Alright. Yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna stand right there. You've the eyes of a bat and the ears of a fish.
He fails. Roll damage. Another piercing blow with your silver-tipped tongue. Yeah, that doesn't sound right. You do 2 damage. Library.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Ah, I have just enough. I yeet myself to him, and on his injured side, because I think which shoulder did I strike before?
His left.
Well, this would be his right side. Unfortunate. But yeah, I bring my arm sword down to bear on him, slashing, missing.
Anything else?
I think that's all. You can only move and attack, right? I don't have anything else I can do.
No, unless you have something you can do as a bonus action.
No.
In retaliation, he lifts his mace out of the ground, swings it into the side onto Bran.
Retaliates against Brand and misses.
Holy shit.
These guys are terrible.
It slams right above your hat, thinking you had a much larger head than you did, Grant. Misses. Ataraxia.
Yet another move up one.
Watch her-
Yet another Eldritch Blast.
Watch her
Yep.
miss critically and hit Brand.
Oh, I grabbed the wrong. Fuck. I grabbed the wrong little.
Just drop it on the background.
Yeah. Ask the bugbear. Oh my
Missing.
god. What are these rolls?
I don't know about you. I've had pretty good rolls. I had 2 nat 20s this combat.
Move over
Brand?
here.
I don't want to just keep using vicious mockery, but it's kind of fun to relentlessly insult these guys. Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna make a swing with my longsword.
Yep. Roll to hit.
That should be like that.
Missing. As you try to hit his bracers, though it bounces off. Library?
Let's see. Debating. This is 1d6 plus 1d8 plus 3 slashing. What does my... Is the bugbear wearing any metal? Like, does he have any metal on him?
Yeah, he has some metal bracers and breastplate.
Okay, I'm going to reach for his bracers and with shocking grasp.
Can you drag that spell into chat? Just the little eye icon on the top left of it. Just drag it into the chat pod.
Like that.
Cool. Okay, yeah. Roll it onto him. It's a spell, right? No. Are you on combat and actions of the mode and display?
Combat and actions. Wait.
Bottom left of
Oh,
your
there we
sheet.
go. Yeah, I was in group. There it is, actions. How do I... Which one is... Oh. So first I...
Yeah, drag the dice icon onto him first.
Do I roll it with advantage?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he has a... He does have metal bracers that I am specifically aiming towards. Nat 20 again.
Okay, before
Holy
you roll damage,
shit.
Ataraxia, drag your effect onto him.
Yep.
I am actually going to bake him.
Alright, roll damage.
Good God.
For 9 damage, as you electrocute his right arm, he drops his mace down onto the ground. It's now his turn.
Oh, it says Ataraxia, actually.
And due to this, before picking up his mace, he tries to make a quick swing back up at Bran, splitting right between you two, hitting nothing but air. Ataraxia, your turn.
And just another Eldritch Blast.
2.
Miss.
What are these fucking rolls?
You're gonna hit one of us at this rate. Isn't there supposed to be something like if you miss bad enough, it hits like around
Brand?
the area?
Jeez. Sasha's hideous laughter.
Alright, and he fails, so he is back prone. Do you have enough spell slots for that? How many spell slots?
That is my last spell slot.
Okay. Anything else?
I don't have any bonus actions, so that's it. I'm
Alright,
normally
library?
trying to disengage.
Alright, so he's on the ground now, right?
Yes.
All right, then I guess I'll reach for his throat this time with a shocking grasp.
Okay. Yep. Ataraxia, giant the effect onto him.
Yep.
Right. Roll damage.
What the heck? Oh, that's the wrong thing. Roll damage.
Oh.
As electrocuting his throat, it ripples out, eventually exploding in your hands as he lies there dead.
Grimly satisfied, I kind of like flick my
Don't throw his
hands.
body away.
If not for his throat itself being completely eviscerated, his corpse would still be laughing.
Kind of grimly flick my hands and then retrieve my crossbow bolts from his body. Just kind of yoinking them free.
Ataraxia is gonna run up and like start searching his body for like any pins or anything
Yep,
signifying where he's from.
Yeah, you do find a familiar pin of the same pirate crew that you once belonged.
She grabs that and then goes to look to see if any of the goblins have it.
The goblins have a lesser, crudely made version, but they still do.
She grabs all of those as well.
I'm going to go over to the edge and look over it to try to see if I can see the body of the goblin that fell into the water before.
Gone, swept off to sea, you presume.
Oh.
Should I put two pirate pins and then like
My ammo is
two
permanently
lesser
decreased to
pirate pins or
19.
something in my inventory?
Don't bother keeping track of this. There's not really a need unless you want to.
I clean my clothing with prestidigitation and then find the little edge there.
Cause only reason why I'm trying to keep track is just in case like we need it in the future.
I searched the bugbear for anything of value though.
I'll keep track of the nicer pirate pin that
Aside from his crudely made bugbearian armor and his mace, you don't find anything of worth, with a few javelins strapped to his back as well.
I inspect the javelins. Are they like in good condition?
No, they're rather worn, as looks like they've been used quite a lot, and they weren't the best made to begin with.
But are they something that I could like fix up later?
Yeah, you could try.
All right, I'll go ahead and. Can I strap those to my back?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and strap those to my back. How many?
3.
3 javelins.
And exploring the left wing, you find on this very edge of the cliff, right before it turned, on the other side there was an entrance to begin with.
I don't know how to add to my inventory for the javelins, but
Bottom right, there's a +/- spot.
look at that.
What do I see looking out?
You see just another plain piece of the ocean with a small indentation for this cave. Rather nicely hidden by some well-placed bushes.
It's a thrown
I go
object.
back over there and tell them about it, and then wait over here.
What's the damage stats on the javelin?
It still rolls like a normal javelin. So
Okay.
So the bugbear came from up top right?
yes.
Ataraxia is gonna look and search in this area.
It's 1d6 piercing plus strength. Up there, you notice some large tattered pelts that were used as beds and some small crates. Aside from that, you don't see anything else. So.
Anything in the crates?
Looking into the crates, you see some small rations. You notice that there seems to be a lot of fresh pig.
Fresh what?
Pig meat.
Fresh pig meat.
Oh, I think
Not enough for a dozen pigs, but maybe enough for 3 or 4.
I wonder if that's what happened to our little pig buddy.
Um,
I'm gonna go now that I finished looting the
she's
bugbear.
gonna
I
grab
kind of
some of that.
I toss his body into the river, into the sea, and then I go join Ataraxia.
How many rations?
They're not rations that a human would want to consume.
I'm going to.
She's not a human.
A humanoid would want to consume.
Okay.
I'm going to. I'd like to inspect the rations to see how recently they were prepared.
The rations are primarily dried flesh of other creatures.
Okay, I meant like the pig that she was mentioning.
Oh, the pigs look incredibly fresh. The only reason you could determine that is they, in fact, still seem to be untreated. They're untreated, and they seem to still have a lot of blood in.
How much pig meat is it?
Yeah, how many pigs can we tell?
Make me a nature check.
Okay.
Both of you.
So that's probably good enough for both of us.
With an 18, you would be able to figure out these are probably.
I am the god of
3
combat and
pigs
nothing
worth
else.
3 pigs?
Yes. Bryn, looking around outside some more, you do notice, behind some bushes, there's a small rowboat. One typically kept on a ship and used to get further inland.
Alright, well, kind of look around, satisfied, don't see there's anything else. Man,
Ataraxia's gonna look through the pelts, see if there's anything, like, hidden.
Okay, so looking through the pelts, you find a small piece of paper. Does anyone here understand Goblin?
I understand Elvish and Draconic.
I should never picked my, I actually didn't pick my other language that I know. But I doubt he would know Goblin.
Well, Ataraxia, with your time on board, you recognize the handwriting of it being the leader of the pirates. While you can't discern what it's saying, it seems to be some set of orders.
She keeps it, and then we'll probably
that's
go
okay,
see if she can find someone who can read it.
Okay.
I kind of look around, and I trust that Ataraxia will handle it mostly fairly, as untrustworthy as tieflings can be, and then I'll go rejoin Brand over here.
And then, can I keep the pig meat? As long as we use it by, like, tonight?
Yeah, as long as you treat it by tonight, it'll be fine.
Okay, and it's 3 pig meat?
I threw the
know.
bugbear
Like-
corpse into the ocean, by the way.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
I put 3 raw pig meat. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then she's going to go out. Can she check this way?
Yeah, the water slows down between those rocks, and it's only about a foot.
Okay, so she can just, like, jump down and then go in.
So Ray might have
Yes.
some difficulty crossing it.
Can you make me a perception check as you start heading up?
God damn it. Okay. Basket.
Wow, you are blind.
You think you can hear something out towards the end of this passage?
Okay. She's not gonna go alone. She goes back and goes to meet up with them.
There's more, towards the back of the cave. It sounds like there's more people.
What did Bran see over here, by the way? Just
It's a small opening out towards the ocean, containing a small rowboat often kept on ships to get further onto the land, hidden behind some bushes.
Can I tell how recently the rowboat was used?
Probably not.
Okay. Is there any other signs around that I can like look for and see?
No, it seems to be rather discreet.
Can Ataraxia check inside the rowboat?
Okay. Check inside the rowboat. It's completely
Empty. And can she like look out to the ocean, see if she can see anything in the distance?
Make me a nature check.
Nature.
You can't tell there's anything in the water, or anything on the water.
This is good.
I don't know where the ship is, but I'm sure there... or whatever's around. With the signs of pirate. And the sound of people further in the cave. I'm sure there's more pirates here somewhere. But the ship may be going for more people, or it's hidden somewhere I can't see.
Right, so are you guys going to go explore the backside of the cave or leave?
Yeah.
I want to.
Yeah, I'm gonna go explore it. Here's a cave soundtrack, by the way, if you want. Since we're in a cave now.
I hope that you guys will join me when trying to go to the backside of the cave.
Yeah,
Might
with you.
lead us to the pig, if the pig's not already dead. And kind of hidden underneath us again.
Brand, are you there?
Yes.
Fantasy
Or are you going with
for you?
Uh,
I know.
I want to see what's outside the cave.
Really?
It's just the beach, with a small rowboat hidden behind some...
That's interesting.
Alright, fuck it.
You can also use to have secret
I'm
conversation.
gonna wait over here.
Oh, that's actually really clever.
Are you two not coming further in with me?
Yeah, we're going further in. Oh, here's something from that someone posted in my chat, by the way. This is actually really helpful.
Let's come over here then.
I put it in team chat, or not in team chat, in the general chat.
Yeah, I'm aware.
That's actually really cool. I didn't know that.
Another 5-foot lip again, but should be easy enough to climb.
Yeah, I just climb over it. Go towards the corner. And she mentioned that she heard other things, right? That there could be other people.
Yeah, you heard noises.
So once I reach the corner, I'm just gonna like start kind of carefully slinking around it, and like checking as I move.
Ataraxia is behind him.
If I go around the corner.
Yep. And doing so, you find various animals tied up to posts, including 5 pigs.
Are they alive?
Yes.
Is there anything? Is there anything other than just the animals in here?
There's some crates along the side that look identical to the ones you saw before.
Okay. I'll anything hostile?
Some deers that look like they could attack you if you're not careful.
Okay.
And I heard speaking for sure.
No.
Okay.
Oh,
not
just
just-
sounds.
Well, convinced that it's probably safe, I go ahead and walk out into the open.
Ataraxia just kind of peeks around,
And I go ahead and check
weary.
I go ahead and look at they're tied to the post, right? The deers.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's the pigs that we were looking for. I moved towards the chests. Which side of the wall are you on?
Crates, and they're kind of just surrounding and lining the walls on the.
Alright, well, I'll go ahead and inspect the crates, make sure they're not trapped or anything.
No, more of the same. You find the other 4 things of pygmy.
I grabbed his throat and electrocuted him to death, Drosler. So, just like more rations, pelts, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Nothing really particularly of consequence. Well, mission complete. We found the pigs.
How easy is it to guide the pigs back to the farm?
You could probably just take the leads that they're already using, or library could probably rip out the post itself and carry it.
I'm down for that.
All right. Yeah, let's do that.
I just kind of rip out the post and sling it over my back and just kind of walk forward with it, towing the
And
pigs along.
The pigs, blissfully unaware of what's been going on around them, just follow. You do have some difficulty getting them over.
What about the deer? And it was just pigs and deer? In there?
Pigs, deer, and some oxen.
Oh, let's take
Oxen.
the oxen too. Are the oxen on leads?
All the
Yes.
oxen for you.
Alright, I'll take the leads for 2 oxen.
Yeah, we can sell those. You can probably sell the deer too.
How many oxen are there?
3.
3? I'll take the lead for one of the oxen, and then... How many deer are there?
There is a buck and a doe.
Buck and a doe.
And he likes to buck.
And we already have all of the pigs.
Yeah, I'm carrying all the pigs.
She'll take the lead for the doe.
Make me an animal handling check.
The doe, the deer, the female deer, and Ray.
Yeah, you manage to coerce them into moving. No, they're very wary of you still, but if you're taking them out of the cave, they'll be happy with that.
Rip the buck being left behind.
Oh, poor buck.
Or am I allowed to take both? Just take both leads. in one hand?
you can take both.
Okay.
I'd
Alright.
say that's fine.
So I'm gonna be just escorting these pigs down. When they reach the 5-foot drop, I'll kind of like bring them to the edge and then like one by one lift them down and carry them and bring them down onto the ground beneath.
Okay, that's fine.
When Ataraxia reaches the drop, she just kind of climbs down and thanks to the library. Little help.
Honestly, how did the goblins and bugbear get those things up there?
Probably knocked them out and lifted them up.
Yeah, I guess team lifting.
The
Yeah,
bugbears are pretty strong.
Yeah, bugbear is really strong, so
Yeah.
it's probably just the bugbear.
yeah, I can probably. Thank God you guys have me here, so I just kind of pick up the deers and bring them down the next stage, gently, so they're not afraid of me. Like they can tell I'm not doing any harm.
And same with the oxen,
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
Yep. Brand, bring yourself over here. Brand.
Sorry.
So all the creatures, all the animals have traversed the gap. And I guess we'll keep going along. I just kind of lead them all the way out to the exit.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you don't have an issue until you guys make it to the forest, in which case the buck and doe start squirming around and trying to get out.
Would Ataraxia know just how much the buck and doe would be worth?
Well, a live one could be worth, as a pair, upwards of 50 gold.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, she's gonna can she still.
Library kind of looks at her impassively and says, "I can knock them out."
Uh, do you have anything to calm them?
I can try and calm them down.
Play your lute, bard boy.
Even if you have the ability to suggest something, convince them.
Oh shit.
Ooh. He's an animal handler.
Alright, well, yeah, I'll say that your magical melody puts them to rest, as they will slowly trot along, but not being rambunctious.
Sweet.
He kind of blankly says again, "I could have just knocked them out."
Let's not harm the animals right now. We want them to trust.
Right, so we kind of, I guess we just kind of escort them all the way back. The only real issue is going to be the bridge and how we get across that. But I guess we could take them. You said there was a shallower part of the river that we could take them across?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what we'll do. Just take the long way. Great, and this makes it really easy for us to get any extra crew. Because we'll have lots of money. We can sell the oxen, get the gold for returning the pigs, sell the deer. Easy.
Yep.
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and say that you guys make it across just fine. Make it back to town.
We made it. We finished our first quest. So I guess we head back up to the hill where the person who gave the quest for the pigs resides, right?
Yeah.
All right. And carrying the post that has the 5 pigs lashed to it, I kind of walk up to their house and then drive the post into the ground and say, I have brought you your pigs.
And this time a man comes out and thanks you for doing so. And that's how many you were able to retrieve.
I gesture to the pigs and kind of, well 5.
Right, be 10 gold then.
And,
we have a little extra pig meat. I don't know.
I have bad news that the other pigs were probably eaten.
We have enough we have
Wait,
3
did they
pigs
say
worth
how
of
many
meat.
pigs they had in the first place?
10.
A dozen.
A dozen, oh.
We have 3 pigs worth of meat if you want the meat. It needs to
No.
be treated by tonight.
Oh, well, it needs... No. Tell you what, why don't you guys, kind of give you a glare, I don't know if I said. Why don't you guys stay here and you can use the smokehouse up back?
That would be very, very helpful. Thank you.
And he library kind of gestures to the oxen and deer. If you want, we also have these for sale. We found them in the cave.
Oh, well. Yeah, we could, do with some more. How much would you sell them for?
Well, the deer,
Dear
I
for
kinda-
50 together.
yeah, I was gonna look to Brand and Ataraxia.
It is a buck and a doe, so
Hold on, is
pretty.
there a
Possible.
Describe the people here. Describe this family to me.
It's a rather average-looking, brown-haired, green-eyed, half-elf couple who runs with a couple of human farmhands.
So just like
Okay.
just a straight up like normal farm family. Is this whole map the farm, by the way, or is it like the city?
Yes,
Oh, wow.
this is the farm.
They have a nice place. Look at that. And as for the oxen, I look at Brand and kind of metallically stroke my chin in thought. What would you think is a fair price?
Oxen are a work animal. We just said we'd sell them deer for 50 apiece.
No, not
So,
50 apiece,
for
50
50
together.
50 for both, 25 each. I'd put 30 gold ahead for the oxen.
And we have
It would
three
probably
oxen.
be 30 each for the deer, 50 together. That's probably what.
Mm-hmm.
Tell you what,
30 ahead for the oxen, but we're only selling 2 of the 3.
Oh, we're keeping one?
Yes.
What for?
Fresh meat out at sea.
Fair enough. But aren't we about to make some jerky for the
Yeah, we're about to smoke some pig meat.
Yes, but we can take the living ox on the ship with us and
Yeah.
slaughter it out at sea.
But then
To
we'll
have
have to
fresh
feed
meat.
the ox out at sea.
Not for long.
Yeah, not very long.
alright, well, if you want to sell us 2 of them, it's what?
Actually,
110 gold
Warforged
for
did
the
not require
pigs
food.
you brought back, the
Food, drink,
deer,
or
and the
sleep.
ox. Oh, sorry, 120.
Yes, that would be total.
So
Right, waves off one of the farmhands and says, go to the safe and fetch 12 platinums.
Pog.
And are we
Shortly
just
pass.
going to give all of this to Captain, or are we gonna split it even?
I'd say just give it to the captain and let him handle the money.
Ataraxia doesn't look the most pleased, but she's also aware that that's how things go typically. So,
Mhm. Library
So
just
you
doesn't really care
gained
about money.
120 gold.
yeah, it's 120 gold.
I'm
Close
gonna
the
pay
kid now.
you each 10 for this.
Ooh, neat.
Back pay and wages for your services so far.
Library jokes. Do I get an extra bonus for saving your life in the river? Entirely joking.
Yeah. And then it won't let me edit this, right? There we go. Okay.
And they're paying us in platinum, so we each just get 1 platinum, right?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And then platinum is PG.
Yeah.
So
You're a genius, Cypheria. Oh, by the way, if you guys find that
I have
it's
10 platinum then? Out of that?
if you guys
Yeah.
find that there's not a whole lot of space on the play area, you can type slash scale UI, and then a percentage after that, and it'll give you extra space.
I'm too blind to do that.
It's actually really handy.
And then after that, Ataraxia is gonna ask to
That
be
is
shown
extremely-
the smokehouse to treat the meat.
Yeah, the same farmhand that fetched the gold will escort you out towards the side of there.
Alright, well now I have 75 gold. Hog. Will actually be 65 gold and 1 platinum, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Would that be PP?
PG.
Platinum coin.
Oh, PC.
No, it would be PP.
Platinum piece.
PP.
Platinum piece.
Got him. See, you thought I was
Okay.
making a joke, which I was, but I was also being serious.
And so, at the smokehouse, Ataraxia's just kind of follows what she sees.
Alright, and it's just animals or meat hung up by pieces, and then a large fire beneath the ground, releasing smoke.
Yeah, she just hangs up her pieces of meat and, like, separated a little bit from everything else to know that those are hers, but
Nice. Well, while here, I kind of like vaguely ask the farm owner if he has anyone if he knows anyone amongst his farm hands or amongst his family or in particular or anyone that he knows in general that might want to join us in like out traveling the ocean.
Alright, so how are you doing that?
Just kind of like offhandedly asking.
No one really says they're more interested in what they're doing now.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, no, I don't.
oh, that's awesome.
I don't understand that. I don't see. I can't read it at all. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's infernal. I was gonna see what common looks like.
I need to learn another language.
It's normal. And
I think we all
under
speak common.
Alright, so are we good to call it there then?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Sure. Abilities. I need to figure out what other language I want, but I don't know what would make sense.
What race was your master? Your original master?
I don't know.
You can do it based off of that.
Yeah, I'll just pick a race for him later and just.
And then whatever his primary language was besides common would work.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And if he was an artificer, he was probably a gnome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that makes sense because that's why he would need a bodyguard.
One of my characters in another campaign has like 10 languages. So he
Alright.
just knows like,
Gnomish.
everything. They have a goblin companion that they picked up, and she just will talk in goblin to him. It's great.
Oh my.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the session that I had to literally make up as we went because someone wouldn't show up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did your best. I gotta admit, I was wondering.
Yeah.
How